Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Sustainable Fitness Diary. I'm actually only recording audio this time just because I've been a bit struggling with videos, and for me to make this a little bit more frequent, I just want to try and see how I'm going to go if this is going to be audio only. So let's just give it a shot and see if I can do it a little bit more frequently, and then we'll just go from there. So welcome to episode number 7. Today I just want to cover one thing which I've been hearing so much lately, and that is there's just this theme that people are just feeling overwhelmed so much and just letting their health slide. It's just because the life is way too full on, they are just busy, and people just feel like, fitness is just not a priority right now. But what I want to talk to you about today is that fitness doesn't have to be a priority to work. When I hear that someone says that fitness just isn't a priority right now, it often means that they say that they feel bad about it, but they just don't know what else to do. It doesn't make you feel good that you are failing behind on your health, and it's just life is a lot, and you just don't think that fitness is something which you can do right now. I can see it particularly with people who are in their 20s or in their 30s, just because we have, it's kind of a weird life period where, you are at a uni, or you're just getting a job, or you don't know if you're going to start a family or not. There's just so much uncertainty, and fitness can get pushed away a little bit. So I completely get it. I've been there so many times. But again, we're trying to find fitness to be as a non-negotiable, unless you don't really care about your health and you just want to let it slide, instead of just thinking about it as it has to be top priority. Let me just give you an idea, like what is the difference between a priority and non-negotiable. So priority is something, as we know, that it's something you are actively focused on. You need to give it an extra energy and attention right now. It's just pretty much something where it's just on your mind all the time, and if you don't do it, you can feel a little bit like a failure. Where if we take fitness as a non-negotiable, it's something you have to maintain regardless, just to be consistent at some certain baseline, depending on where are you right now with your life. I just want to walk you through some real life examples, because I am someone who takes business as the top priority. Like I want to grow my business, I want to work with clients and stuff. I want to prioritize it a little bit more, and fitness has been always kind of maybe the second, maybe third priority. And a lot of people would think that fitness is my priority because I really make sure that I do my workouts, I make sure that I eat relatively healthy, I'm doing my best to not eat too much of takeaway food. So yeah, a lot of people would say it's a priority. But because I've been doing it for so long, we're talking about 13 years, it's so much easier for me to do than if in compared to someone who is just starting at the gym, right? Especially at this time where we are getting so many distractions and we are so overwhelmed. So it's going to be definitely very different. And with those examples, for example, like years ago, my big priority was saving money, just because I wanted to buy a house. We have to get money for visa, so it was a really high focus, and it was one of the top priorities. However, right now, after a couple of years where we're a little bit more settled. We got our residency, we got a house. I don't want to say that I want to relax, but I can put, let's say, the money a little bit more on autopilot. I'm still doing the minimum. I'm doing the baseline. I'm trying to do the baseline. I'm trying to save some money on a weekly basis, to make sure that I'm just not letting it completely slip. So it's kind of there, but there's just this minimum. Another example can be with my friendships where, I can't see people every day. Again, my work is my focus. Then I want to focus on fitness and just, as an introvert, I want to spend time alone rather than with people. But we still need human connection. We need to see our friends. So again, I can just have a baseline, a minimum where I see them, let's say, once a week, so it doesn't go completely dark. And if we're talking specifically about health and fitness related things, then when it comes to nutrition, I've always been a lazy eater. That means that I just don't feel like eating much, and I can see that it has been slipping a little bit, right? But that's why I am trying to just add something simple, something small, so I can still be improving, because I know that because I'm not eating enough and I'm very active every day, and it's been impacting my energy. I haven't been feeling too well, so I should be doing a little bit more for it, but again, because it's not one of my top priorities, it kind of doesn't happen. Like, I would not go and create a meal plan and completely change everything, because I know I would not follow it. So what I'm going to do, like what we've done in the sustainable fitness space in my community, I've just chosen one little anchor action that I'm just going to add 300 calorie meal or snack 3 times per week, just starting with 3 times. I'm not doing it every day, just 3 times per week. Add that extra, increase those calories, and doing it, at around 5 p.m. If it doesn't happen, then I need to do it the next day. So that's the little sort of goal of mine. I need to eat even more, but what's the point of completely changing it if I know that I'm not going to do it? It's better to just start with one small thing, and this is all about just building those little habits, and this is literally the best way to work on that habit. And I just want you to ask this, right? What things aren't your top priority right now, but you still haven't let it fall apart completely? Just try to think about it, because fitness can work exactly the same way. The problem is that isn't a priority. The problem is that all or nothing thinking, that it says if it's not a priority, it just must be zero. So I just want you to think about it this way, make it non-negotiable rather than a priority. In today's world, there's a lot of push onto us with the all or nothing thinking. Fitness culture sold us the transformation, going all in, programs that require total commitment. And they are great if life allows it. If you are in a really good headspace right now, you don't have much going on, definitely you'll be able to sacrifice so much and go for, even 6 weeks full-on training and complete overhaul. But that's the problem, because right after, when you go back to normal, it's very low chance that you'll be able to maintain it. The same thing happens with just the trap of I'll just start Monday, and then it becomes I'll start next month, and then we've got again January, and we just keep repeating the cycle. And the fitness industry rarely talks about maintenance as a valid, valuable goal, but maintenance is actually how you stay in the game for decades. And it doesn't mean that you can't throw in some random goal. Like myself, I used to like to do powerlifting competitions, and I would do home, and then I could just go into maintenance, and then the next year I could do something else. So it doesn't mean that if you are just maintaining, it doesn't mean that it can't change and you might be going for like a better goal. And I can give you just an example of what maintenance can actually look like so we can get a little bit more practical and more specific. Again, this will depend on your life circumstances, your values, your experience and fitness, but generally speaking, a lot of people lacking strength and muscle mass, so my biggest recommendation would be to definitely have at least 2 to 3 weight training sessions so we can keep maintaining that strength or building strength and having it supporting longevity. And not only strength training, but if we can get some sort of daily movement, whether that is walking, cycling, or just generally moving around the house, that's going to highly help this maintenance phase. That's exactly what I'm doing inside the sustainable fitness space, where we're running the consistency reboot experience, where you literally just choose 2 intentions, what you want to work on, something simple, and you choose little anchor actions and you just keep doing it every single month, so you still keep doing something. When it comes to my own maintenance, so at the moment I'm doing about 2 to 3 weight training days, normally only 2, but if I can, I just squeeze in the third day, and then trying to do 1 extra group fitness class or run, and that's mainly because I'm planning to do an event in about 2 months, so I actually need to focus on fitness a little bit more, but again, I'm not letting it to overhaul my life. I still want to focus on my business. So genuinely, I want you to stop trying to make fitness a priority if it cannot be one right now. Do less on purpose and completely without guilt, because you can define success differently for every season, and that's what really going to help you to work on different things throughout the year. So to finish this episode, here is what I want you to sit with today. What's one thing in your life that isn't your top priority right now, but you've made sure it doesn't completely slide? And apply the same logic to health and fitness. Comment below and let me know the answer, or message me on Instagram because I'm really curious what you think. And if you want to define those minimum versions of habits, you can join me inside the sustainable fitness space, because right now we are actually running the consistency reboot. All right, I will talk to you soon.